My name is Anna. This is the story of my life. A path paved with many tears, but also a little bit of light. I was only 15 when my father died. Being the only child, the weight of the world fell on my shoulders. My mother, Mary, became very sick and could no longer work. I spent my days washing heavy piles of clothes and dirty plates for neighbors just to buy a small bowl of rice. Then I met Jude. He was older and spoke with a sweet tongue.
You always know what to say.
Because I mean every word. Anna, I will marry you. I will take you and your family out of this poverty.
I believed him, but Jude was a wolf in sheep's clothing. He took my innocence and left me with a belly that was growing every day.
You are pregnant! You are ruining my life!
When I told him I was pregnant, he disappeared. I was only 16. My mother begged me to get rid of the baby. "We are already starving, Anna," she cried. "How can we feed another mouth?" But I looked at my stomach and felt a tiny heartbeat. "No," I said. I refused to give up on my child. I worked until the day I gave birth to my son, Samuel.
I started selling fruits at the busy road junction.
Every morning, I kissed Samuel's forehead, left him with my weak mother, and stood under the hot sun all day. One evening, I walked home with a few notes in my pockets. As I reached the door, I heard a terrible sound. I ran to the bed. "Mama," I called. I touched her hand. It was as cold as ice. My mother, the only person who truly loved me, was gone.
She had died quietly while watching my son. My heart broke into 1,004 that night.
After we buried her, I couldn't stay in that house of shadows. I took Samuel and moved to a new state. I began roasting corn by the side of a busy road. One evening, I heard a loud thud and the screech of tires. I dropped my corn and ran. There was Samuel lying on the pavement, hit by a car. I carried him in my arms, screaming for help. At the hospital, I sat on the floor, covered in dust and blood, sobbing. A kind man named Mr. Benson saw me. He was a wealthy man who visited the hospital to help the poor.
Tell me your story.
Mr. Benson took pity on us. He paid for Samuel's surgery. When my son was better, Mr. Benson hired me as his chef and cleaner. For the first time, I had a real bed and a good salary. Mr. Benson later proposed to me, and I agreed to marry him. He took good care of my son and I, making sure we lacked nothing. He sent Samuel to the best schools. Samuel had a gift. He could sing like an angel. Years passed, and he became a famous musician. We traveled the world together, leaving the hunger and the dirt far behind.
Yesterday evening, we were in our beautiful home.
The lights were bright, and the air was warm. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. I opened it. Standing there was a man with gray hair.
He looked tired and broken. I recognized those eyes immediately.
It was Jude, the man who had abandoned me 20 years ago.
Anna?
The man who left me to die in the rain had returned now that the sun was finally